Namaste, and a very happy Guru Purnima to you. I'm Lama Yeshe, and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the importance of having a teacher or a guru and allowing them to show you the path. So for me, I was born in the West, so we never had this concept of guru. We had teachers and mentors and spiritual friends, but nobody that we would ever call a guru. So I was never brought up with that guru system, which meant that I never had one teacher. Not, this is my guru and these are just other teachers. I went to many different teachers to get different styles of teachings. My main point of doing that really was that I didn't want to just have one style of Buddhism. So even though I'm a monk in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, I didn't want to just know about Tibetan Buddhism. I wanted to know about all different types of Buddhism. So I went to different schools. I spent years and years studying and practicing and getting the equivalent of a PhD in Buddhist philosophy. Spent 3 years doing meditation, and each teacher taught me something different, and I took something from each of the teachers. So my meditation teachers, if you're going to do meditation properly and really learn how to do meditation, it is so important that you have a teacher, and you have a teacher that does the practice. I think with any of these, if you have a guru, you have to look carefully and make sure that that guru follows what he speaks. Whatever he preaches, he follows that. So there are many that may not, and there are a lot that do. So I think we need to, when you're picking a guru, to look at that, to make sure that what your teacher follows, he teaches and he does himself. So I had one special meditation teacher in my monastery in Nepal, where we used to spend hours and just doing meditation, sometimes in groups, sometimes on their own. And this teacher, he spent 3 years doing the meditation, and instead of finishing after that 3 years and coming out, he stayed in and did another 3 years. So he did 6 years of meditation without even coming outside. And after that, he then taught. So for 12 years, he was in the Dukan, which is where they do this meditation. So from him, I learned a lot. I learned how to relax into meditation, how to focus, how not to let things disturb my mind. I looked up to this teacher, one, because he knew an awful lot, but he knew it from experience. He didn't know it from a book. He never taught from a book. He always taught from his mind, from his experience. He mentioned all the old masters, but he actually taught from whatever he'd experienced himself. And this, I think, is really important in a teacher. And I learned that from him, that if you're going to teach, which I am a teacher now, so if you're going to teach, make sure that whatever you teach, you've experienced yourself. So if you're teaching things that you've just read in a book and you've never experienced, then of course that's very difficult, because you know, if somebody questions you, all you can do is just quote from the book. You can't quote from your experience. So this was a real key teaching for me. It really showed me that, you know, this is what I need to do if I ever become a teacher. I mean, it was not my plan to become a teacher. I just sort of naturally fell into teaching. I had another teacher when I first moved to India. So one of my points of moving to India was that I was going to find a teacher. He was going to give me profound teachings, and then I was going to understand these profound teachings and have many, many different realizations. Of course, life is not like that. It never worked like that. But I found this teacher, and the very first teaching he gave me, it left me feeling, is that it? That's what you're going to teach me? But actually it turned out to be one of the most profound teachings that I've ever had. So he said to me that I need to carry some white and black pebbles. And whenever I do something that was not quite right, it doesn't fit in with the 5 precepts that the Buddhism teaches, it isn't helpful or skillful, then I put a black stone in my pocket. If I do something kind, compassionate, caring, skillful action, then I put a white stone. And he says, then throughout the day, just look how many black stones you've got, how many white stones. The black stones are going to show you what you really need to be working on. And the white stones will show you what you need to reinforce, because put the effort into making sure that you maintain these good qualities, and the black stones work hard to overcome these not so good qualities. And when I left, I felt, really? That's the profound teaching? But for me, I didn't have the pebbles, but every hour or so, I would mark down in one column, the black column, put a tick, and in the white column. And truthful, you know, when I was looking, when I first started out, there was more ticks in the black column than the white column. And slowly, over time, then I started to learn that this is what I need to work on. And slowly but surely, more ticks went into the white column. I can't sit here today and say to you I have no ticks in the black column, because that wouldn't be true. I'm a human being, we're not perfect. But far more ticks go into the white column now. It has been such a profound teaching, and you know, I will never forget that teacher for that simple teaching that really started to put me on the right track, started to send me down the right path. I had another teacher who used to always say to us that, you know, he's just there as a guide, as a spiritual guide, to help us and show us this is the path, but he cannot walk the path for us. So he used to say that, don't lean on me. So he would ask the question, what do you want a teacher for? Do you want a teacher for learning or for leaning? If you want a teacher for leaning, he was not the guy. If you want a teacher for learning, then he was the one to have. And I've carried that with me now, and I try to teach exactly the same thing. Don't lean on me. Don't just, you know, touch my feet and give me lots of offerings and respect in that way, but don't follow my teaching. I mean, there's no benefit there. He taught me that the highest respect you can give to a teacher is to follow his teachings, not to necessarily make offerings or touch his feet, which is nothing wrong with that, but that is not, you know, showing respect. That is not going to help you along your path. What will help you along your path is to actually follow those teachings. So that was another teacher that really showed me that don't lean on these gurus, learn from the gurus. And if we can keep that in our minds, then not only are we going to be put on the right path, but we're going to be helped down the right path. So I think we need gurus, we need teachers, mentors, guides, because when you read something from a book or you see it on YouTube, then okay, I mean, you may get good information from that, but there may be some doubt. And when you have doubt, where do you turn to? And that is what a guru, a teacher is there for. So when you have doubts, you can turn to them and they can help you move in the right direction again. If we're just going to read from books and we're just going to put our own perspective on that teaching, we're never really going to free our minds, awaken our minds. All of my teachers, whatever different aspect of Buddhism they've been teaching me, all of them have helped me work on my mind. And really that's what Buddhism was about. Buddhism's not really a religion, it's not really a philosophy, it's actually a practice. It's ways that we can practice where we can become the best possible person, where we can change our lives, where we can ensure that we help other people, we don't harm them, and we try our best to tame our mind. All of my teachers have helped me with that, and hopefully now I am trying to help people exactly the same way, that I'm trying to show them that everything that they're searching for, they already have inside of them. They need to just tap into that. So I always think of my teachers. I always still keep in contact with my teachers, just if I have any problems, or even just checking in with them now and again. So I would say to you that if you have a guru, then the best way to follow that guru is to follow his teachings. That way you're going to learn so much, you're going to become that best possible person. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk to you, and I wish you and I wish all of my gurus a very, very happy Guru Purnima. Namaste.